feel free to come by. Hi, Princess. I see you all the way in the back, all the way from Lower Cousins in the Bronx. Please this side. So I would like to have you all stand up for the national anthem. Speak to some of the devastations that the Hispanic community has seen in the last few weeks. And so while today is a joyous day, it's a day of celebration and celebrating, all of the culture and the richness that is such the Hispanic community. We have been unfortunately hit with a number of really difficult events in the last few weeks that have impacted our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico and Santo Domingo and Mexico. We're seeing a rising number of asylum seekers that are coming here, right, from Venezuela, from Nicaragua, who are going through some pretty difficult times. And so I also want you to keep them in mind, and tonight is in their honor. Thank you. With that, join me in welcoming Speaker Adrian Adams.
Good evening, everyone. And welcome to City Hall. The People's House is back in business. I'm New York City Council Speaker Adrian Adams, and it is my esteemed honor to welcome all of you into the People's House for our first out of COVID celebration, and you made it happen. So let's give you. I couldn't be more excited as we officially celebrate the return of our cultural celebrations here in the council chambers. I am so honored to have by my side the first ever Deputy Speaker, Councilmember Diana Ayala. Since I first arrived in the New York be a part of because we get to experience and appreciate the rich diversity of our city. From food to music to dance, our communities have the opportunity to showcase what makes them special right here in the People's House. We haven't hosted a celebratory event like this since the start of the pandemic in March 2020. But we're back, and we're so excited to host even more moving forward. But today, the council is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. And it is observed every year between September 15th and October 15th. New York City is home to 2.5 million Hispanic residents of diverse backgrounds, cultures, and traditions, and we celebrate you. Our Hispanic communities have contributed so much to our city and to our country, and it's important that we continue to uplift and celebrate those achievements. In addition to live performances, we will be honoring several Hispanic community leaders who have made a tremendous impact on our city, and I thank them for all of their contributions to making New York City a better place for all of us. Before I conclude, I want to also thank our amazing council staff for getting on the ball, back on the ball, and opening up the and all of you, we thank all of you for joining us tonight. You could have been any place in the world, but you chose to be here to celebrate this rich culture that we share with you tonight. Thank you for joining us in celebration, and once again, welcome to your house, the People's House. My esteemed colleague, Deputy Speaker Diana.
All right, now I need you to help me welcome one of my favorite of all time, the Mariachi Academy.
Muchas gracias. Hello, my name is Ronald Ponce, and I'm director of the Mariachi Academy of New York and Mariachi Academy of Mexico here in New York City. It is our honor to be here, to be sharing our beautiful music of Mexico, the beautiful music of mariachi. And this year we're celebrating 20 years with the Mariachi Academy of New York, a nonprofit that we started back in
20 years ago.
All the way back to my beginnings. But just to let you know, all these wonderful performers and wonderful musicians that are here today are actually from our first and second generation from the Mariachi Academy of New York. So, and I'm very happy to see that we're keeping our traditions alive in the beautiful music of Mexico as well. Thank you so much for having us here today, and we're going to do one more quick song before somebody moves. And thank you again. Thank you, Diana. Muchas gracias, Diana, por invitarnos. Gracias a ustedes. ¡Que viva México!
Before I move on with my introductions for my honoree, first of
pandemic, since COVID. And I'm just excited to be here today and to honor individuals in the Hispanic community who have dedicated their lives and their careers on giving back. I want to congratulate all the honorees that are going to come in after us today. I want to also give a big shout out to our Deputy Speaker, Diana Ayala. Por favor, un aplauso. She's my neighbor. And Councilmember Ayala, she covers the South Bronx with myself, and she also has East Harlem, a big community. I want to also thank the leadership in the Black Caucus. We have two co-chairs, Councilmember Kevin Riley and, of course, Councilmember Aldo Feliz. I want to thank you, Aldo Feliz, for the Black Caucus for your commitment and helping us to ensure that we bring this event here back to New Yorkers. So we're going to start with our first honoree. My first honoree is someone that I hold in very high, dear respect. I met him when I was a district manager for Bronx Community Board number 2, and he worked for the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation, really overseeing over $55 million in loan funds as the executive director of the Bronx Empowerment Zone and the general counsel for BOEDC. But my relationship with Alfredo goes a little bit more personal. I met his mother. She was my colleague as a district manager, and she always spoke extremely highly of Alfredo. And throughout the years, I got to really know Alfredo and build a relationship with him. And today, I can tell you that Alfredo, along with his partner, Junior, he is a principal partner for what's called the Bronx Draft House. For those of you that are from the Bronx, you know, you gotta hit that spot up. It's right by Yankee Stadium. They are also owners and partners of what's called bistros. And if you don't know, now you know. You want to have a great time for brunch, you have a good time, you have to go hit up bistros. They are also owners and partners of what's called Bricks and Hops in the Bronx as well. They've also started something that's called the Bodega Social and the Hospitality Group. And Alfredo can explain that, but I think it's a really cool concept. The restaurant group's motto is keeping it local. When COVID hit in our communities, I can tell you that Alfredo and his partner, Junior, and his other partners were one of the first businesses to step up to the plate. They partnered with the World Food Kitchen, and they delivered over 1 million meals to Bronx sites in the city of New York. That deserves a big round of applause. So I want to thank you, Alfredo, and your partner, for your commitment here. I mentioned about Alfredo's career in BOEDC, managing over $55 million. And what I'm really extremely proud of is that they're always innovative thinkers, thinking ahead of time. How we're going to step up. How we as Latinos, they as Latino business owners, how they're going to step up with the times and take advantage of what exactly the state, the feds, and the city is offering. And I'm going to say this loud and clear. From my mouth to God's ears, they put in an application to be one of the first Latino businesses to sell cannabis and get a cannabis license. And that was just a big round of applause. That's one of the so with that, please, an applause for my friend, our grandson, Alfredo, and
Go out.
Alexa, no? One second.
Ok, mira aquí a todos.
Here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gracias.
Bueno, primero standing there to accept the name changing of the street for my mother who passed, who served in New York City for 29 years. This is very emotional for me, and as the speaker said, this is the people's house, which is ironic because the first New York City resident, Juan Rodriguez, was Dominican. New York City doesn't get any more Latino than that. We are the foundation for this city. We've helped build it, we've helped create it, we've helped nurture it and bring it to where it is. And my mother used to always say something that she felt weird accepting accolades for doing what should be done. Awards felt weird to her for doing what should be done, for helping people. And that comes from something from not just Latinos, but from New Yorkers. If we see the attacks that we've had in Lower Manhattan, if we see the things that we've had to deal with recently, together as a people, we strive to help one another. And accepting an award for helping fellow New Yorkers during the pandemic feels weird, but it's a blessing. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to my mother for guiding me. Thank you to my business partner, Junior. Thank you to Jasmine. If anybody doesn't know who she is, she's the one right there. She's the steering wheel for the ship. And that should be no surprise to anybody because Latina is at the head of every household. There may be a lot of options here, but at the end of the day, the house is ran by a woman. Jasmine is the steering wheel, Junior is the gasoline, and I'm an attorney by nature, so on the brakes, I believe everything is a problem. And together we work. And thank you so much to the councilman, thank you so much to everyone. And I'm going to leave now because my anxiety hits. But thank you.
Funny story, well, you're in my district, that's why you're council member. Is he trying to save you? Has he made any offers? The lines are changing. Ah, mira. El pastel es el Dios mío. Thank you. He's gonna learn to share. We're gonna share. We're gonna share him. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to acknowledge all the hard work they put into really revitalizing the South Bronx and really making a community of small businesses in that area that didn't exist 10 years ago. But during the pandemic, they were really essential workers and they were out there all the time making sure that the community was being fed. And so we don't recognize that enough. So muchísimas gracias, Alfredo, to your team for all that you do. I'll try to stop by more so you can recognize my face and maybe you. I did, right? I did come, you see? Let it know. It's okay. No. Ralph and I share everything, so it's great, it's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I need you to help me welcome el Ballet Hispánico of Nueva York.
organization was founded 52 years ago by our founder, Tina Ramirez. Unfortunately, yes. In 1970, unfortunately, we just lost Tina Ramirez 2 weeks ago, so we're really happy and honoring her and dedicating our season to her. We're now being run by Eduardo Villar, who's our CEO and artistic director. And our organization is proud to be around for 52 years because in 1970, a brown woman of Latin descent decided that she needed to give the Latin culture a voice in through dance. And that was unheard of. And for 53 years, 52 years, we've been around wowing audiences around the world, and we've become the leading Latinx organization of dance in the arts in the country. So we're very, very proud of that. What we give to the people around the world, making sure that the voice of the Latinx people are out there and that they see that we are more than just what they expect us to be, right? It's not a stereotype, but we do have a voice that is deep, that is rich, and that really expresses out to everyone, and then educating the children on what can happen and what they can see so that they see us on stage. So, welcome.
Hall, but also as a newly elected city council member, this is my first chamber event. So I'm very, very, very excited. I won't do a lot of the thank yous. I think a lot of those already been said. I'll keep a general thank you to the speaker and deputy speaker for guiding us along and making sure we're opening this up, and to my colleagues that are here hosting. A big congratulations to Al and his team for being honored tonight. And thank you to the Mariachi Academy and the beautiful performance we just saw from Ballet Hispanic of New York. I'm really excited that you're all here to join us. Over the last 25 years, David Galarza Santa has worked with brilliant activists and community leaders on some of the most compelling issues and concerns facing our communities here in New York and in our beautiful island of Puerto Rico. As a communications specialist for CSEA Local 1000, he provides on behalf of thousands of public and private sector workers to demand better wages and benefits, improve safety and health conditions, and ensure that workers are treated with dignity and respect. He is a founding member of New York Contra el Gasoducto and has worked in solidarity with Casa Pueblo de Juntas and the people of Puerto Rico to defeat the destructive 92-mile-long gas pipeline. But that is not all, y'all. He's also worked to support the students of the University of Puerto Rico to stop the U.S. Navy bombing of Vieques and to free Puerto Rican political prisoner Oscar Lopez. Calls on the city and state to end the practice of dumping noxious facilities like power plants and waste transfer stations in poor communities of color like mine in the Bronx and his in Brooklyn. When I was asked or chosen to pick someone to honor for today's celebration, it was a no-brainer, y'all. Señor Galarza Santa, you are a true emblem of community and outstanding role model for all of us. You're a fighter and leader. I truly believe in giving people their flowers while we still have them here. And so my first experience of working with David was last year at Somos. We wanted to switch up some of that programming, and so we put some real shit together, and we made sure that people came out. That was like too much for the mic. We made sure that people came out to learn about how on the ground people were fighting for the resources that they deserve, the representation they deserve, and through that effort, I realized the work is never going to be done, and it's better to do it in solidarity with people that you know represent your values. And so, with that, I am honored to present you, David, on behalf of the entire City Council, the Black and Latino Caucus, and the Latino delegation with a proclamation tonight. And welcome you up.
Felicitaciones.
Boricua, defiende lo tuyo.
Buenas noches.
A few things here. I think I saw 3 hours on the clock, so bear with me. I want to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Thank you, and good evening. Thank you, Speaker, Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Amanda, and Alexa, and all the council members for this honor. I'd like to begin by recognizing the original people of this land, the Nabi people, as well as their deep connection this award to some of my favorite mummies. The one who brought me into this world, Carmen Santaninas, and now protects me from above. My two older sisters, Janet and Eileen, were the pillars of my family. My mama Sonda, Inez, who's anchored me for 20 plus years and tolerated me. Who's making the ultimate sacrifice tonight by joining us here after spending the whole day being punched, kicked, slapped, and so forth during her job at District 75. She's a special ed teacher and she does a hell of a job. And last but not least, my mommy, Madre Isla, that's my homeland and the place that I live. This morning I woke up. I wake up listening to BAI, Pacific Radio station every day because I love listening to Democracy Now! They didn't have Democracy Now! This morning. They had Malcolm X, and he was doing the famous Battle of the Bullet, which probably is not the best thing to listen to before coming to City Hall.
Maybe it is.
From standing up for my Palestinian brothers and sisters, to demanding justice for the families of victims of police brutality, to supporting the liberation struggles in Puerto Rico. I have been in these chambers many times, and sometimes the sergeant at arms was like I've been escorted out of this place. So it's especially heartfelt that my sisters, Amanda and Alexa, especially in this council, extended this warm invitation to me, so please give them a hand. Their courage. We did the work last year in Puerto Rico, and I look forward to doing some more of that work when we return in a few weeks. In accepting this recognition, I also want to thank my brother Carlos Carino and my sister Lily Carino for gently and lovingly instilling in me the virtues of public service, for sheltering me literally, and for welcoming me into the Carino family. It's truly an honor. My best friends, of course, include Carlos and Lynette Diaz, who was in Virginia, my friend Frankie, who was now Alexa's problem. I also want to thank, by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Carlos, being that quiet, meticulous figure in the background who survived multiple administrations, played a huge role in my radicalizing me. So I hope that doesn't get him fired. Thanks to my comrades at Siempre Presente, who started as a way to support frontline groups in Borinquen, has evolved into a family that I love and respect. For their collaborations, and I'm grateful for thousands of dollars we've raised for frontline groups in Puerto Rico. Thanks also to my work husband, Matt, the church right there I know. He's taught me through experience that it's better to reflection that it's okay to be indignant. It's just as important to give that righteous indignation a beautiful form or vehicle in which to express itself. In the midst of my becoming socially conscious, I would have long talks with my father, and I'd express my anger, my frustrations, my fears. And I remember he once told me that perhaps it was because I was learning so much. He didn't dismiss it, but as a member of the generations of Boricuas who were taught to fear freedom and revolution, he knew that it was also meant that once you know, you must act or you become complicit or an accomplice to these injustices. One of my mentors, Richie Lehman, my wife is here with us tonight, was adamant about always saying that we need to step it up. It's something that I believe we must always do. The world is becoming increasingly hostile to those who have the least. So my ask of you all tonight is that we step it up as we continue to fight to properly fund, not defund, our public schools. That we continue to fight to make sure that each family are not placed in inconvenience in cities. That we continue to fight to stop police misconduct and the criminal acts being committed against incarcerated individuals. That we continue to fight for the labor rights of the Liberalistas, of Liberty Cleaners, of taxi workers, of the Amazon rate workers and Starbucks workers, and all the other workers that are trying to organize a union in their workplace. And to make people respect Yesterday, I spent a few dreadful minutes listening to the arrogant testimony of the grossly overpaid president of the recently privatized electric company in Puerto Rico. This morning, the lies of a settler parasite were aimed at an entertainer, Bad Bunny, who has been elevating the consciousness of Boricuas throughout the world. And as vile as these individuals are, it's imperative that we concentrate our efforts right now on a few things when it comes to Puerto Rico. So for those planning to attend Somos, especially in a few weeks, if assisting the people of Puerto Rico achieve energy democracy and energy security is not on the top of your agenda, please take note. We need to cancel that no contract yesterday. Let that community people right side of the fortaleza, much less the rest of Puerto Rico, and people are dying for the lack of electricity and the lack of power and water. We need to demand that billions in FEMA and government aid be spent on securing solar energy at the point of consumption. Solar studies show that all of Puerto Rico can be powered by the sun. There's no reason why billions should go to building outdated infrastructure of fossil fuels that's going to be the victim of the next event, next storm. And we need to elevate the work of the frontline organizations and groups like Casa Pueblo and Queremos Sol, the coalition that's come together to support these aims. Because no power, back in the Maria, and no power now has led to too many deaths on needless deaths. They say that something like 40,000 people in Puerto Rico depend on energy for their life-saving equipment, whether it be dialysis equipment or respiratory equipment. That's 40,000 people that are at risk of dying if they don't have electricity in their homes. We also need to repeal the Jones Act and abolish the Home Act. There's a true mechanism for federal progress that really powers for the people of Puerto Rico. I'm gonna just briefly unveil the flag that was raised on the 5th anniversary of Casa Pueblo, of Maria's 5th anniversary of Maria hitting Puerto Rico. And I'd love for everyone here to take it, take a photo with it, and send it around. Instagram it and do your social media, because this flag truly represents a new future for Puerto Rico, free from fossil fuels and free from any kind of dependency, because we depend on the sun to power our future. So please take note of this flag. Please hold it up for every member of the council that's here to also take a picture with this flag. And we know that democracy is not a spectator sport. Something you're missing, I didn't have some chance with me, right? So we made this happen to transfer it back to Puerto Rico. So, the city council is standing with us in Puerto Rico. So when they say when Puerto Rico is under attack, what do you say? Stand up like that. When Puerto Rico is under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When Puerto Rico is under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When Puerto Rico is under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. Come on now. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Luma has to go. 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 Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And you know what?
We're now going to hear remarks from my colleague, Councilmember Carmen de la Rosa.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the People's House. It's hard to follow David and his activism, but I want to honor all the words that he spoke tonight. And I want to give thanks and honor to our speaker, Adrian Adams. This is a council and a speaker that is breaking and shattering that notion of a glass ceiling. Thank you, Speaker Adams, for allowing us to express our culture, our wishes, our tenacity as a people. Our Deputy Speaker, Diana Ayala, Rafael Salamanca, Amanda Farias, José Feliz, Alexa Aviles, and so many more Latinx, Latinos, Hispanos who share this space at this house with us. I am one of six Dominican council members here at the council. And as our speaker, I am the first woman to hold this position for my community of Inwood and Washington Heights. And we are a council, as I said, that is making history, but not only because of our identity, but because of the fights that we choose to bring forward. In everything that we do, we are proud to be Latinos. We are proud to be immigrants, children of immigrants. First, who are breaking barriers and making sure that our communities know that here in the people's house, their pain is felt and the solutions come directly from those who feel the pain. I want to take the moment to also acknowledge my assemblyman, who is my predecessor in the assembly. Bright because of the people that we honor. As Latinos, one thing that brings us together is our resiliency, our grit. We are leaders of industries, we are activists, we are people who never give up y nunca paramos de luchar por nuestra gente. So thank you, Speaker Adams, and to all our colleagues for allowing us to laugh a little, reflect a little, dance a little, and enjoy this time in the City Council. It's an honor to serve, and I look forward to many, many, many more Hispanic Heritage Month here.
Thank you, Carmen. And now I ask you to help me introduce Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater.
We're everybody. March 2nd, 1917, President Woodrow Wilson imposed the Jones Act on the Puerto Rican nation, just in time for the First World War and for Puerto Ricans to be recruited and join the fighting ranks. The repercussions, as David was saying before, are still being felt today. But something also miraculous happened. At the same time, this amazing musician, a black musician, James Reese Europe, was commissioned to create a regiment band that would travel to France and play for the troops. So he gathered all the black musicians that he could find. And then he said, I need more musicians. I need musicians, reed players who can read music. So what did he do? He went to Puerto Rico and recruited 17 black Puerto Rican musicians to join what later became known as the Harlem Hellfighters Band, the band that gave rise and popularity to ragtime and then jazz, the seed of jazz. Most people don't know that half of those black musicians in that band were Puerto Ricans, black Puerto Ricans. Among them, one of our most famous Puerto Ricans, Rafael Hernandez, the composer, a hand for Rafael Hernandez. The composer that went on to be one of the most famous Puerto Ricans of the 20th century, writing songs like Lamento Borincano, which became an anthem, or Cachita. Many of you know a lot of this music from Rafael Hernandez. He later collaborated with Mirta Silva, Bobby Capó, Davelita, Trio Borincano. But that seed was planted in the union between black musicians and black Puerto Rican musicians, who then gave birth to jazz. Our company is celebrating that union with our production that opens within the next 40 minutes at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, the Harlem Hellfighters on the Latin Beat.
story of this historic union of Black and Puerto Rican musicians. So our actors cannot be here today because they're just warming up, getting ready for the opening night, which is happening soon. But we couldn't say no to Diana and to everyone here. We have to come by and say presente. So we're going to share with you one of the pieces that those Black Puerto Rican musicians and Black musicians made famous back then, the arrangements by Desmar Guevara. If you're interested in coming to see it and supporting the work and the history that brought these two nations together, please come over to the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. So what we did is that we invited all the musicians from our company to join us and to do tribute with one of the pieces. I hope you enjoy it. My name is Jorge Merced, Associate Artistic Director of Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, and on behalf of our entire family, felicidades por esta gran oportunidad, and I hope you enjoy this one piece from our production that opens tonight, Harlem Hill Theater's Under the Latin Beat. Take care. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you. I hope you're doing Thank you so much. Thank you for not being here. We'll see you in the Friday and happy week.
Saludos. Saludos a todos. Para mí es un honor y privilegio estar con todos ustedes celebrando nuestra herencia hispana. I'm a New York City Council member Oscar Feliz, also proudly serving as the co-chair of the BLA caucus, the Black, Latino, Asian caucus in this city council. And I'm so honored and privileged to join all of you in celebrating Hispanic heritage here in the city of New York, but celebrating throughout the country. I'm proud to stand here as council member of the 15th Council District in the Bronx, a district with a strong and a vibrant Hispanic community, a district with a lot of merengue típico, and a lot of bachata and a lot of salsa. And that is exactly what we're celebrating here today. We're celebrating so much. Celebrating so much, including our culture. A rich culture that is filled with nothing but life. So much single day as a cab driver so that I and my siblings could be better off. And we also bring to light stories like the stories of my mother, who also came from the Dominican Republic 40 years ago without a penny. And she worked every single day as a home attendant so that her children could be better off. And here we are today, the next generation. Today, the next generations, like myself, for example, a proud lawyer and a college professor, and council member representing the BN Bronx. And that is my story, but I know that that is also the story of many Hispanic families growing up in the Bronx, growing up in the city of New York, and growing up everywhere in our country. So I'm really honored, really privileged to join all of you to celebrate Hispanic heritage. And that concludes today's program. And before we officially conclude, I want to thank so many people that helped make today possible, including our wonderful speaker of the City Council, Adrian Adams. Strong ally of the Hispanic community here in the City Council. And also, our wonderful Deputy Speaker, Diana Ayala. Let's give her a big round. I want to congratulate the many honorees. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I also want to thank our performers who did wonderful performances, including the Mariachi Academy, and the Caribbean Tribe Theater. And most of all, I want to thank all of you. Thank you for coming here today to the People's House to celebrate Hispanic heritage. Thank you so much.